welcome back to another video. And so I was just checking up on the logstone again today, and guess what? It turns out that we ended up getting another update for patch 5.5, or I guess in this case it's 5.55. So anyone who's been watching this channel, or even just any old fan of Final Fantasy XIV, knows that the final patch for 5.5 is coming out this upcoming Tuesday. So at least the last major patch that's going to be coming out. So this patch is going to be wrapping up the entire story of Shadowbringers, though technically I guess it's already been wrapped up. But here it's actually laying the foundation, the stepping stones that are going to be taking us all the way to Endwalker. So this will be the last major patch that we're going to be having. Any other patches that come after this are just going to be minor. And so they did an update for the special site, so it looks like they are going to be having just a few little details that they want to reveal to us, that they feel that they can go ahead and show us. So yeah, let's get to it and see what they have planned. So most of the stuff that we have here on this site already, we've already seen. But moving down here, we have the first major update in that we are getting the finale, the part 2 of the main scenario quest. And I don't know how I feel about the part 1 and part 2s for these final patches. I mean, I guess I get it, but it's also very frustrating because you have to wait so long just to see the ending. Anyway, this is going to be part 2, so this is going to be continuing exactly where we left off with the main scenario in part 1. And with a close friend grievously wounded and deadly primals at large, the Scions face a bitter struggle. Newfound allies with Tiamat and the Amaja prove a glimmer of hope, but with a world at stake, will this be enough? So this here is a picture, or rather a screenshot of one of the upcoming battles. And we've actually seen the screenshot during the trailer. In fact, we have quite a few cutscenes from the trailer that we haven't seen yet. And generally they're supposed to be around, I'd say 10 quests for the main scenarios for these patches. And we've already had about 7 during the first one. So I'm guessing we're going to be getting at least 3 major quests for this particular patch as well. So with this first cutscene, it looks like that we are back at the Gimlet Dark. Can't really see anything too well so far, but I'm guessing that the fighting at the borders are really starting to pick up now. And as you can see, we got all the other Scions here, including Estinian. So I'm guessing that we're going to be here kind of discussing battle plans or just getting information to what's going on, like exactly what the fight's happening about. So that's the first one. The second one here is a little bit sad because we're definitely here. It looks like we are in the main hall, like the meeting room in Alamigo, and we have Alphino, of course, here, and he's smiling. He looks rather teary-eyed. He actually looks like he's close to crying. So, but it's also a sad smile. So he's happy, but he's sad at the same time. At least that's kind of the impression I'm getting from him. He's a very sensitive kid. He really is, and I love that about him. So those are really the only major clues that we're getting for the main scenario. And like I said, this is going to be the final part of the main scenario, at least until Endwalker. So if you're one of those people that do tend to blow through the main scenario, try not to do it this time, because this is going to be like the last time that we're going to be getting a bit of story for at least 6 months. So please try to enjoy it to the best of your abilities. Okay, so we're moving downwards, all this stuff we already have in the game, plenty of parts that we've already seen, and so here we are at Zadnor. So this here is going to be the finale for the Save the Queen battlefield. So they already talked a lot about this during the fan festival, especially during the letter from the producer. So there's going to be a brand new battlefield in the name of Zadnor that we're going to be going to instead of the Southern Front. Which is a good thing because I was starting to get kind of sick of that place. So this is supposed to be wrapping up the story for Save the Queen and for the future of Boja. And so they have the cutscenes down here. So we got 2 of our resistant friends here. It looks like we're stepping onto the battlefield for the first time, maybe getting a good look around. The story is still going to be a little bit up in the air to exactly what we're going to be doing. We are still going to be fighting a lot of battles, a lot of skirmishes. We're going to try to push back the 4th Legion as best we can. One good thing, though, is that we don't need to worry about Queen Gunnhildr anymore because she was kind of already taken care of in the last patch, and we've already had the Save the Queen weapon, so that's kind of put away for now. There was a cutscene that we did get at the end of Save the Queen, though, that kind of brings up concern for Makoto. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but there was a lot of questions at the end of that particular storyline, and apparently Yoshi P did warn us that during Save the Queen, the Warrior of Light is going to have to make a difficult choice. So we don't know exactly what that choice is, only that it's going to be a major one, and that basically the story itself will still play out the same. And so they just told us to just do what you think is right, follow your heart, and just have a good time, which I do plan to do. So moving on to this next cutscene, so we have a better look at the battlefield. So if you can see here, it looks like the plateaus, we have floating rocks, that looks like a giant airship in the background. And that looks like some kind of fortress or a castrum that's kind of being held up here. Can't really see too well so far, but I'm guessing reaching that point's going to be part of the quest line. And this one is actually going to be one of the bosses. So this is going to be part of the critical engagements that we're going to be able to take part in. And it looks a great deal like a certain creature that we've seen not only here in this game back in the Ridicana Lighthouse, but also from Final Fantasy XII. Not exactly like it. I'm guessing that this is some kind of maybe like a copy or like maybe some twisted up version of it. I really don't know what to make of it for sure. But the important thing is that they are going to be having new fates. They're going to be having new skirmishes, new critical engagements. This is just going to be one of the major bosses that we're going to be up against. And moving on to this one, this is going to be another boss that we're going to be fighting, but this is going to be part of the new raid that we're going to be doing. So I don't know what it is with Square Enix, but they just love the idea of giant robots from the looks of things. So that's definitely going to be one of the major bosses, and I have a feeling that it's going to be a pretty tough one, so you're going to have to watch out. And finally, this is going to be the gear that we can actually obtain from running through here. So it's not like we'll be able to collect each piece from every kind of battlefield. I guess we're just going to be saving up coins, and then we can purchase all these pieces. And it looks very similar to some characters back in 12. So as you can see here, we have what looks like Penello's gear. Actually, we got 3 of them kind of dressed similar to Penello. She's another character from Final Fantasy XII. But we also have Bosch's gear, both a male and female version. And finally, we have Larsa Felidus Solidor. And he's probably one of my favorite characters from that game. So we have kind of a dark version and a light version. So this is going to be the gear that we can earn from this. And I really do like Larsa's gear, so I'm really going to try to go for that one. Okay, so that's everything basically that they're showing for Save the Queen. So there's only a couple more things that we're going to talk about real quick. One of them is the update for the PlayStation 5. So this is actually going to be starting on Tuesday, May 25th with the release of patch 5.55. So the official service for PlayStation 5's version is going to begin official on that day. And so here you can enjoy 4K support, vastly improved loading times and frame rates, and a better gameplay experience than ever before. So it's going to be richer, more immersive adventures await across Eorzea and beyond. And you can actually go ahead and read the patch notes of what they have to say about this particular service. Okay, so next up is the performance update. So anyone out there who plays Bard already knows about this, but this here is going to be a brand new instrument that they're introducing to the game, which is an electric guitar. So the Fender guitarists have made their way to the world of Final Fantasy XIV with the latest collaboration. The Bard's performance actions now include the ability to play a Final Fantasy XIV model Stratocaster electric guitar. You can select from a range of styles, from a crisp, clean tone to the kind of distortion that electric guitars are known for. And you can even use special techniques such as a pick, sliding, and muting. So I myself don't claim to know too much about electric guitars. I do love their sounds. I love listening to all kinds of music like that. And yeah, now we can play with our very own guitar here in the game as well. So I have a feeling we're going to be seeing this a lot. And if you're interested in learning more about the collaboration, you just have to click on this and that will take you directly to the site. Okay, and down here we have the New Game Plus update. So we already had bits of this here during part 1, but it looks like we have a few more, including the Dark Reprise. So this is actually going to be the finale for Shadowbringers. That is also going to be added to the New Game Plus. And so you can go ahead and replay those quests whenever you want to as well. And I have a feeling that maybe some people will, just to try to keep ourselves entertained and, I guess, excited for the upcoming expansion. Yeah, I am trying to stay optimistic about that, but it's 6 months, so that's a really long time to have to wait, so I really hope it's going to be worth it. And I got one last thing to talk about. We have a new emote waiting for us. I'm sure we're going to have more than this one, but here's a picture of what it's supposed to look like, and it's going to be of you being able to rub your hands together, kind of like those money-grubbing merchants. So we see characters performing this emote once in a while, how they're rubbing their hands together, getting really excited, like, oh boy, I'm getting ready to get a big payday or something like that. That's the impression I'm getting anyway. So I'm sure there's going to be other emotes, that's just the one that they're showing here. And finally, we have some pictures down here waiting for us. So I don't think we saw this one up above, but this here looks like one of the bosses that we're going to be facing, probably in Save the Queen. A good idea to be able to look into that one. But otherwise, all other pictures are right down here and where you can look at them whenever you want to. And I guess that's going to be it for right now. So this looks to be like the final update for patch 5.5. At least as far as I'm aware of, this is going to be the final update for it. And so, yeah, I guess that's going to be it for right now. I hope everyone's really excited. We only have a couple days left until part 2 comes out. And I can't wait to see how this story ends. Shadowbringers was such a good story, and it really needs a good finale. So, and guess until next time, everyone, that's going to be it for right now. Thank you all so much for watching. Once again, this is Fantasy Girl, and I guess I'll be seeing you all when the patch day comes out. So until then, take care.